Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Random Sunset. Feel like it's been a while, but like I say, y'all have to communicate that to me, again to my few viewers or what have you. But today's topic discussion will be sports. We're gonna talk about sports finally. Finally, we're gonna talk about sports, and I'm gonna tell you now. It's not going to be a long conversation at all. I want to talk about sports in a way that I feel like many don't talk about sports. I think I told y'all that on one of my other videos. Be sure to check out the rest of them. I think we up to like episode 20. Like I said, along with a few movies, you got reflections, basically reflecting on, the great times, we had as a family, etc. But anyway, let's get up into sports, man. Let's talk about sports, man. Again, I want to talk about sports in a way that I feel that a lot of people don't talk about sports. Now, many of us heard of weapons of mass destruction. To me, all right, my opinion, all right, I feel like sports is a weapon of mass distraction. All right, sports, a weapon of mass distraction. I mean, come on, think about it now. When you look at sports, you got some players getting paid $74 million, $100 million. Even more than that. Whether it's soccer, FIFA, whether it's the NBA, basketball, NFL, football, tennis, you name it, golf, sports. You got these big time players that get paid all of this money. And then you have to go to different countries, including the great United States of America, and look at a lot of the school systems. Where's this money coming from, and how are you able to give these players so many millions of dollars when our education system is suspect? All right, look at the crime that goes on in each state, each city. All right, so all right, I get it. It's enough blame to go around. Everybody need to play their part, and it boils down to a good versus evil. All right, hate versus love, because ultimately that's what it boils down to. But when you look at sports, man, back to the point, man. Sports is like the ultimate distraction. You got people going through. I'm talking about a crisis. Whether it's the COVID-19, whether it's doggone police brutality, and just flat out hate going on around different nations, and continents, and all one could think about is somebody throwing a fucking ball or shooting a ball. What's wrong with that picture, man? All right. Even when you just dig down into sports and you look at the politics of sports, all right, whether it's boxing, like I say, NFL, basketball, politicians got their hands all in it. It's hard to even enjoy it. All right, to those of you that are conscious, it's hard to even enjoy a lot of the games. Because it's business. Ultimately is what I'm saying. It's business. So if you have this team, the Atlanta Falcons, and then they better than this team, and that's a good example. The Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots. What happened? A lot of people think New England was just that great, and they came back and beat that Atlanta football team. What happened? What was on the line? Who made calls? What happened? Even prior to that, man, I tell a lot of people, I say, you know what? I can't even enjoy sports in the form of entertainment anymore for the simple fact, what was that? That was the San Fran and the Atlanta game where Vegas had a 4-point spread. And San Fran come back out the second half and beat the Falcons by 4 points. What a coincidence. Get the fuck out of here. I think a lot of us know that these politicians have their hand in it. Even when it comes to boxing, it's just nowhere around it, man. The Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, the, what's my guy name? What's the Spanish guy who they let beat the, I can't even say his name right now. The guy from London, Anthony Joshua, and what's this? Andy Reid, Andy. I know it's Andy. You know what I mean? So Andy beat this guy And it's only 4 heavyweight champions. But anyway, we're not gonna get into all the detail. All of what I'm saying is pay attention and look at how just the politics of this game. It's a business. All right, so it's not anything for that you guys should be taking personal, slamming your television down, getting mad, throwing stuff. I mean, it's a business. So like I say, and that's the reason I say I'm not gonna stay here long. It's not for me to get all up in my feelings and tell you how much full of shit they are, and we can't even enjoy a good game. All right. I mean, shit done trickle down to Little League. You got dope boys going to bet on Little League teams and build them a team, with the money they have. It's a lot of bullshit that goes on, that go on, when it comes to sports. But like I say, it's ultimately the weapon of mass distraction to keep you guys distracted from real issues such as education, such as cityhood, such as doggone human rights. I mean, a lot of people just look at the Ben Roethlisberger. This guy was allegedly, he's been accused of rape not once but twice. And look at how much press. You know what I mean? They look at not just press, but look at the coverage of that. Of that story. It's not much coverage, but when you hear about the Michael Vicks, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, Ray Lewis, look at the coverage those stories get. What's wrong with that picture? All right, even down to the most recent, Chad Wheeler. This guy just beat the shit out of his girl. This is ridiculous. Oh, okay, I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna seek help. And look at how they cover the story. What's wrong with this picture, man? You see what I'm saying? And shout out to one of the greatest players. Should I say? One of my favorite athletes is Michael Vick of all time. I love Michael Vick. Shout out to Michael Vick. And behind him is Colin Kaepernick. All right, he's a real hero. That guy's a real hero. If you guys don't know about Colin Kaepernick, he's a real hero. Shout out to Nike for endorsing him and keeping doggone the dream and hope alive when it comes to a lot of the nonsense that go on here in the United States of America. I mean, this guy has the freedom of speech. He has the right to speak up. He spoke up and took a stand, even if that means sacrificing everything. He took a stand, and that's what you call a stand-up man. That's a stand-up guy. All right? And a lot of people argue, oh, he disrespected our flag and the people, the men and women that wear the uniform. No. We've been disrespected for fucking over 400 years as the people from a lot of what we've contributed for its inventions, for its doggone, you name it. I mean, something simple as showing you how to cook, showing you how to survive. I mean, I'm not even finna go there with you guys, but like I say, this is something we talked about, we done sung about, we protested for years. This guy used his platform. He was a stand-up guy. He stood for what he believed in. Shout out to that guy. All right. And now here it is, the people of business, the people who don't care nothing about nothing else but themselves and their pockets. They don't want to be a part of the game anymore. You know what? You sat here, brought all this attention and this story, to our platform with the NFL. We ain't got nothing to do with while police out here killing black people. We don't give a damn. You were supposed to do what we wanted you to do because that's what we paid you to do. And you didn't do it. You are a whistleblower. You're a rat. You're a weasel. You whatever name that come with doggone standing up for the truth. And that's one thing you guys will notice. Whenever you speak on the truth, like even just as I am when I tell you sports is the ultimate distraction. When you speak on the truth as such, you become the target, you become the enemy because you weren't supposed to say anything. So they say, hey, if you see anything wrong or something out of line, be sure to inform us. Let us know. And then the minute you do so, oh, you're a rat, and it's like it's a double-edged sword, all right? It's a gun with a barrel at both ends. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. So I say to you, stand for something or fall for nothing. Die on your feet versus dying on your knees. All right, this guy again, Colin Kaepernick, used his platform to speak on and stand on what he thought was right. And in this country, according to the laws and the Constitution, you are allowed to do just that. Okay, like I said, you're talking about a people who's been robbed of their culture, their dignity, their names. They've been robbed blind. They don't know from whence they came and been alleged brought over to this country, where I know some to naturally be from this country, meaning the indigenous. And again, you got these people pulling the wool over their eyes, taking advantage, hating on them, keeping them down, suppressing them, oppressing them, depressing them, whatever fucking press you can think of. I mean, pressing them in the news, you name it. And like I say, and we need more stand-up guys as such as Kaepernick. Shout out to Michael Vick. Shout out to Kaepernick, some of the coolest guys that ever stepped in a sports arena. All right, yeah. And I mean, oh, you can't leave out Muhammad Ali. Definitely, you can't leave out Muhammad Ali. All right, we dealt with a lot as a people, and like I said, it's constantly being ignored. Everybody hear us, well, they don't hear us. They don't listen. They close their eyes, they shut their ears, they run to their corners, and we stay separated, we stay divided. Meanwhile, the country get to go to hell. All right, so like I say, sports is definitely the a weapon of mass distraction to keep you distracted. You'll think, okay, if it's one thing I can talk to my fellow man about, hey man, who won the game? That's supposed to be the one thing that brings us together. Meanwhile, like I say, the fat rats, their pockets getting swollen. And but anyway, so on a lot of levels, like I say, we will touch back on this subject, and I have someone to debate with. But like I say, for the most part, I'm done with football. I've been football free for 2 years. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick, down to NBA and all of that other stuff. Shout out to Nike, for taking the stand to be behind him. And again, like I say, those guys made a lot of money off of Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I mean, again, we supported Nike. I mean, we still support Nike. I mean, why wouldn't they stand behind them? I mean, that's the right thing to do, But like I say, sports is just so much nonsense that goes into it. I mean, cover the story of Chad Wheeler a lot more. Cover the story of Ben Roethlisberger a lot more. And quit, popping these guys on the hand and, promoting white privilege and continuing to do so. All right. If you're a good person, support the good people. If you're a loving person, support the loving person. The hate and the evil ones, they're always being glorified. So it says a lot about this earth. It's like hell on earth. I mean, it's like prison planet. But anywho, like I say, when it comes down to sports, I hope many of them will use their platform to do some greater good instead of what they've been doing. And to those that wear the uniform, the men and women that wear the uniform, again, it's the law. Freedom of speech. That's part of that's part of it. Part of it. All right, of what you fight for to make this country this country. This is what you fight for. To protect that Constitution and to protect us as a people, for us to be able to agree and disagree. And that's what's going on right now. We should be able to agree and disagree, and a lot of people not gonna like what I'm saying, and a lot of people gonna know, like, what he's speaking on is real. How is it that these entertainers, okay, we're not just gonna we're talking about sports. So I mean, we could talk about rap and other entertainers, country pop stars, R&B, so on and so forth. But we're just talking about sports. I mean, when it comes to entertainment, a lot of these guys seem to get a lot of money, but the teachers don't get a lot of money. If the police is really protecting the people and serving the people, they don't get paid a lot of money neither. And I know many to go and get that position so they can throw their weight around and fuck people like me up, and it's like, that's not right. I don't supposed to say nothing. I don't supposed to use this small ass platform to say anything. I just supposed to do as I'm told and let them get away with whatever they want to get away with. And that's not right. So stand for something, fall for nothing. Down on your feet versus on your knees. Like I say, we'll talk about sports again in the near future, but for the most part, hey man, that's sports in a nutshell. And like I say, this is sports, like you've never heard it before, meaning, hey, do the right thing, quit distracting the people, and invest some of that money into our education system and help the communities out versus entertaining the people and distracting them, and we get nowhere. We can't move forward due to a lot of bullshit and selfish and greedy decisions that are being made by 1%, or the people at the top, the elite. All right. So again, shout out to Colin Kaepernick, man. We love you. I like what you stand for. You're a stand-up guy. I take my hat off to you. Salute to that guy. You a real soldier. All right. We need many more in our country, to do so. All right. And like I say, that's my time. Thanks for the few people that took the time to listen to me. For the ones who agree with me, the ones that disagree with me. Like I say, let's create a dialogue. Let's talk about what we've been trying to talk about for the last 400 fucking plus years. And yeah, that's the nonsense that go on, and that's this souped up system, and and anywho, yeah, that's my time, guys. Over and out. Oh yeah, guys, and if you thought I was gonna let Britt Reed off the chain that easy, not gonna happen, man. Not gonna happen. Britt Reed, you gotta take accountability for your actions, buddy. You gotta take accountability for your actions, man. I mean, hey, man, it's been put out there. You were had a conviction for a drunken driving record already. You already been convicted. It's on your record already that you've had drinks and enjoyed drinks in your monster truck, man, in your mud truck. And now here you are again, a few drinks with Adderall. That's a drug, man. Both are drugs, all right? With that being said, man, you gotta be held accountable, man. We gotta put more light on it. That story need to be covered a lot more. And speaking of the NFL and the role that they play, because all of this is pertaining to sports. All right, MAD. That's an acronym, guys. MAD. MADD. MAD. Mothers Against Drunk Driving. All right, we're gonna need the founder, the president of that organization to get on top of this. I mean, if I recollect correctly, Arthur Blank wife is a part of that organization. We're gonna need some more coverage on it, man. Keep us updated, guys. And like I say, man, keep us updated. But Britt Reed, you have to take accountability, man. This is not your first time. It happened too often. All right. You're old enough, you're mature to understand and overstand, the consequences that come with drinking and driving. You have to drink responsibly, all right? So, again, don't want that to go up under the radar. And like I say, NFL, you got to take more accountability, and be more responsible. So, like I said, guys, it's so much more to cover and talk about. And like I say, just look forward to the next convo on sports in the near future. That's my time.